welcome back to the Childish Reaction, you beautiful humans. Today is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be 3 videos in one, so get comfortable. But I know you're going to enjoy it, and I think it's doing it justice, doing it 3 videos after each other, because we're going to be messing around with Ren Money Game. I went to the comments, and I like I said, I've always listened to the comments, and a lot of you guys have said Ren Money Game. So I'm going to check it out, check them all out, all 3 back to back. So this is going to be exciting. If you're new here, please like, subscribe, share this, tell your auntie and uncle, even your grandmother. She might like it. That's a vanilla orchid. How cool. I will be reacting to more music, more artists, different types of music. I definitely want to branch out a little bit more than just hip hop, but I'm excited to say that I will be making a playlist and a reaction list of some of my South African artists, because I want to show some love back to South Africa, you know. So there is a lot of talent in South Africa, so stay tuned for that. If you're into that, subscribe. But here we go. Let's jump into Ren Money Game. Let's get it. Let's get it, Ren.
It's a strange time we're living in. War can put fear in. Hierarchy parties, they make us feel inferior. Greed runs through parliament interiors. Devils walk among us, they fit the criteria. Eerie, theory, strife, fearing, weary-minded men when we're clearly living in dictatorships. Nearly blinded by illusions to choose who's fooling who. A pull chain to your shoes on pain. It's a crying shame. The pursuit of our own wealth lights a flame that makes greed a game that lets this whole war burn. As the world turns, the whole world burns.
So I got a feeling this is going to be one of those stab at the government style songs, right? Because what he said there in the beginning, it's a lot of what he talks about in his previous songs. Obviously the pharmaceutical industry, but greed in general. And I think that's a branch off into society, which is these people that are running the world are not good people. I can tell you that much. And there is a lot of greed and corruption at the higher levels. And it's such a sad thing, because this planet could have been so different if it wasn't for greed. Greed. One of his, one of the main things he talks about. I got a feeling it's going to be a good one.
Money was invented for trade, but now those bits of paper twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game.
So true. What most people will do just to be able to get money. Think about most of the awful things that happen on this in this planet, whether it's child abduction, human trafficking, drug trade, exploitation of people for cheap labor. It's all because of profit, right? Or money. Money does this to the craziest things. Turns a child into a killer. And it's so real. It's crazy. This meaningless piece of paper, right?
Rain, 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 rain. Ooh. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through the storm, twist hearts, make slaves, turns a saint into a sinner, a child into a killer. His finger on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm, it comes our way. And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we like to point the blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this old money game. Stop.
Beat him up. So by the looks of the video, just to break down what's the guy in the guitar with the bag over his head with a noose around his neck. Is that society? Is that Is that like the innocence? We're the one. If that's us, maybe that's us sitting in a chair. And when you look at him now, he's just picked up a baseball bat. He's just put on gloves and he's kind of slapped him with the gloves. I think he represents that money game. He is that evil at the top, right? He's like the bully. This is coming across as being like the one that's dominant and being the bully here. Governments.
Dear Mr. President, it's evident that everyone's a resident of fear when they support these ideas to keep us separate, when they make us believe that everybody is coming to terrorize you in the streets. They say badly through gritted teeth, that's my right to hate, that's freedom of speech. But when did freedom become a reason to hate? A way to justify a racist slur or insult we make? There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered and murdered our savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy.
It's just facts. The West has that chip on its shoulder where it's like it's the best thing since sliced bread, right? The West is the one that's built the world. We get it, but it was colonizing the world, which left a lot of tribes, native people in ruins. And even though it created the Western world and the technologies and the stuff that we had, there was a huge sacrifice for those that suffered the opposite end of it. Colonization was never a good thing. And it's just the human story, I guess. It's just the way it's played out on this planet. But it wasn't without extreme trauma for those that suffered the colonization in all over the world. And yeah, I mean, it's what he just said there. Crazy.
Racist slur or insult we make. There's an irony in freedom, cause us in the West, we have pillaged and plundered and murdered our savages, colonized all of the rest. That's called hypocrisy. Preach a certain value that you never keep yourselves. Your country was in flames, you denigrate yourselves in a second. Still you spit your venom, demonizing immigrants when really you're the immigrant, cause all of us are immigrants or descended from immigrants. Irony is imminent. I'll shed the light on immigrants. America was colonized by Britain. Britain, it was colonized by Rome, and also colonized by the Saxons. They were German, by the way. You know how people throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain.
Damn. Ren is breaking it down, spinning facts there. America was colonized by Britain. Britain was colonized by the Saxons. I think also there was were the Saxons still a part of like were the Saxons considered the Vikings? Because the Vikings also took over a part of Britain at one stage and pillaged and raped and did all their crazy stuff in old Britain or in the UK. Because everyone was taken over, and I think the world was a wild place back in those days, you know. Wow, he broke that down so well. Because we were all just the same.
Throw shade upon the Germans because of history's pain, and yet we made the same mistakes all again. Demonize a whole people, Jewish or Muslim, the same and the same. Old situations play on repeat, the same old TV shows repeat. Yeah, we worship the bleak. Our opinions are our own and we follow like sheep. There's no left, there's no right, in the middle we sleep. Rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way.
There's no left and there's no right, and in the middle we sleep. I think that's like saying that, you know, there shouldn't be a left or a right, because sometimes they go too far, right, on either side. And in the middle, the people that are just sheep, that are just sleeping and not paying attention to what's actually happening in the world and why they're getting poisoned, why the food is poisonous, why things are happening in their lives, why are we still paying crazy taxes, all these crazy things. No one ever questions, right? Because they're sleeping.
And those who rise through distorted lies, poison in the veins, but we'd like to point the blame, 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 blame. It's easier to blame but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This old money game.
Okay. So he referenced that the middle is asleep. So the masses, I would say, the middle is the masses. This most of us are just kind of just want to live, right? And we are the ones that are sleeping closed eyes. And now he went back to this guy, which I think represents us as the individuals that are not, you know, the government or, you know, these corporations, and this is us. And he just went over, and the bully made him, he drew eyes on his mask. Basically, wake up. Wake up. You need to wake up. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, man. Hold on. Did he actually pour fuel onto him? No, I don't think he did. He was about to. Yo, let's take a little moment to say Ren's looking jacked. He's looking jacked. So basically the people need to wake up, and they aren't the ones that deserve to go through this and to suffer. And the people that should burn is the bully, which was the governments, the corrupt agencies, these corporate, greedy beasts of machines that destroy this planet. They deserve to burn, and they burn. So he represents them. Wow. All right. Part 1. Get money game. I guess that was just part 1. That was crazy. And can I mention, that was all in one take, right? That was in one take. They did all of that, from the camera movement, angles, guitar playing, scene play, role play, all in one take. Damn, dude. All right. Part 2. Same beat.
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show, America.
Hold on. That's crazy. So A little fun, interesting. This video is clearly the whole video is going to be on a TV screen, right? Funny that because of the whole money game, almost corruption, greed. I think that one of the craziest ways to indoctrinate or warp the humans' minds is through the television screen, right? That's the quickest and easiest way to get you, is straight through the TV screen. That's how they've got us for a very long time. That's where most of the propaganda comes from. How's that American little part there?
Strange time we're living in, panic and hysteria. Poor man learn, the rich man don't care for your narcissist mindset spread like malaria. Sit back and watch the show, America.
The gun, American Dad, kind of a funny cartoon, pretty wild. Yeah, that's what America's known for, right? Guns.
Britain split through fickle shit, a government of hypocrites. These counterfeit politicians sit in parliament, not adequate. Come on. Needlessly bleeding, resources all dry. Turn a blind eye if it means a pay rise. Oh, what a shame it would be, I would die if number 10 Downing Street burned in a fire. Only joking.
Number 10 Downing Street, is that it's like a government building, right? That's where like the prime minister and stuff hang out. Only joking.
Only messing, don't be stressing. I'm a peaceful adolescent. There's no need to be unpleasant. Write my thesis in a rhyme scheme to analyze the brain while my fingers on the trigger of a money game. Oh, rain, 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 rain. A storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies. Poison in the veins, but we died upon the blame. It's easier to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
Can I just say that hook, that chorus with his vocals are just incredible. He's so talented when it comes to like, I love the way he flows, the way he raps, the way he puts his cadences together and things like, I mean, he's incredibly talented when it comes to rhyming and the scheming of rhyming too. But to add that when he's done, to then have that vocal just lifts it. I mean, that is so smooth. That hook is just incredible. Like, he has such a voice.
You're to blame. We point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game.
And quite powerful. The TV. When you're watching, it's a lot of unrest, a lot of symbolism. There's a lot of symbolism too. Obviously, cartoons, the money, the violence on the streets. I mean, it's the world we're in, right? And it's over money. A lot of it's because of money. It's facts.
Oh, money game. This money is a game, and the ladder we climb turns a saint into a sinner with his fingering crime. I'll break it down for you motherfuckers line by line. This is business economics in a nursery rhyme. She sells seashells on a seashore, but the value of these shells will fall due to the laws of supply and demand. No one wants to buy shells because there's loads on the sand. Step one, you must create a sense of scarcity. Shells will sell much better if the people think they're rare, you see. Bear with me, take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two.
He's bouncing words there, dude. Bear with me and take it as many shells as you can. Find it and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. He's bouncing.
Take as many shells as you can find and hide them on an island. Stockpile them high until they're rarer than a diamond. Step two. Gotta make the people think that they want them, really fucking want them. Hit them like Bronson. Influencers, product placement.
Hit them like Bronson, dude. Bronson. Charles Bronson. He was Britain's most notorious gangster, or like he went to prison, but he was like a bare knuckle fighter, just a ruthless dude. There was a movie. I think this is the actor that played him. Charles Bronson, look him up. He was crazy. Hit him like Bronson. You don't want to be hit by Bronson.
Like Bronson, influencers, product placement, featured primetime entertainment. If you haven't got a show, then you're just a fucking waste, man. Free, it's monopoly. Invest inside some property. Start a corporation, make a logo, do it properly. Shows must sell, that will be your new philosophy. Swallow all your morals, they're a poor man's quality. 4. Expand
Morals. I look at the way the world is, and I blame us. We're the biggest, as humans. It's a human thing. We just consume, and then we complain about the waste, the pollution, and you get like Greta Thunberg complaining about society, but flies in private jets and has her cell phones, and like there's just so much hypocrisy. There's so much all of this. There's just so much hypocrisy. There's so much hypocrisy about what they say sometimes. And I look at it and I'm like, myself, even just to have this computer, to be able to make a reaction channel, I have to have all these things like a graphics card and, lights, cameras, and all these things that come from oil, and we complain about it. We look at it and go, oh, that's not good. But we all do it and we all consume daily. Christmas, Black Friday, this, that. I mean, it's human nature for us to just want what they are giving, but they are giving because we want. They are supplying what we want. We are the problem. That's just fact.
And expand, clear forest, make land, fresh blood on hands, 5. Why just shells? Why limit yourself? She sells seashells, sell oil as well. 6. Guns, sell stock, sell diamonds, sell rock, sell water to a fish, sell the time to a clock. 7. Press on the gas, take your foot off the brake.
Sell water to a fish, sell time to a clock.
Then run to be the president of the United States. 8. Big smile, make big wave, that's great. Now the truth is overrated, tell lies out the gate. 9. Polarize the people, controversy is the game. It don't matter if they hate you, if they all say your name. 10. The world is yours, step out on the stage to a round of applause. You're a liar, cheat, a devil, a whore, and you sell seashells on the seashore. Rain, 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 a storm it comes our way. And no surprise to distorted lies, poison in the veins, but without the point of blame. It's easier to blame, but point the mirror at ourselves. We're all part of this whole money game. This whole money game.
There's just a lot to break down in that video, and there's a lot of truth that we as consumers and as individuals should actually start recognizing, is that if we want convenient packaging for everything that's in the aisle, then when we go through a Tesco's or a Walmart or a this, it's all convenient for us, right? We want convenient packaging. We want ease of things. They're gonna take advantage of the fact that we want these things. And even if we complain about it and we look at all the trash and be like, oh, who's picking up the trash? Why is there so much litter? Why does Starbucks have, plastics that don't, biodegrade by now? And like, I mean, there's so many things. I don't know if they do, maybe they do. I don't know if they do. But, we need to have flashy Starbucks cups. And maybe it's good because they can be reusable. But it's, again, how many are they making and where they're going and how often do they get used? And it's just the glitter, the glamour. We are the problem. And corporations and humans that are exactly like us will just take full advantage of that fact. So for any change to really happen, we got to start individually going and say, look, I got to look at myself and see how much change I can make in terms of what I buy, what I spend my money on, and do I do things like recycle, make compost, all these things. Like, is there a way for us to change so we don't become greedy ourselves? Because they greedy, 100%. They are greedy and they are creating this issue. But it's only because we want it. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Like, we are the ones that are causing this. Every single one of us, no matter what you do, you're a part of that system that they are milking. The choices that you make. All right, let's get stuck into part 3. Yeah, it's just a little. It's worth a think. You know, we can blame the governments, we can blame the corporations, but they're doing it for us. Let's check what Money Game 3 is going to be like. Okay, off the bat, piano was amazing. But you can see the guy that was playing the guitar originally, that was kind of in regular clothes, like an everyday person's clothes, just chilling clothes. The same person is, or the same artist that is playing that masked man, masked person, is in a suit. So I got a feeling it's going to be corporate stuff.
Tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, gimme. 2 years old he was walking, 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man, he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11...
To nurture that flame. I got a feeling this, kind of what I was saying, right? We are the ones that are creating some of this problem. And ironically, as the video was going in, it starts from kids. It starts how you raise them, the values and what you install into them. They're just going to be little mini consumers themselves, right? They also, like he said, want in the beginning of the video. That's crazy how it's already kind of lining up to what I was thinking.
12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating.
Okay, and sorry for pausing, but again, when you see the people with the masks on, or the bags over their heads, the kids, him, the guy playing the piano, the original video, I kind of got that feeling that it was us. We are that person. It's society. It's the everyday person that's trapped in this I don't know, man. Why would it be a mask? Because you're blind?
Number 1, 8 years old and he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocols. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, and his daddy tells him, now you're a man. This world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, he learns the truth is just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy tells him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29.
Wow, what a story of that journey though. From learning good mathematics to basically coding to then, you know, building large scale companies to, you know, being arms dealers. I wonder if he's talking about someone specifically or just in general. Interesting topic of transition of where that child's life went.
A role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30. His daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. He's 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket.
Wow, well that escalated quick. I love how you said with the police basically turning a blind eye, because that happens, right? That happens a lot because they're wealthy, because they're part of the government, part of the connection of like the big corporation sort of privileged, you can get away with anything type background, where the cops are like, nah, you good, you can sell. Or maybe they're even selling with you.
"35, he gets the call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with a prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate and leave him in a hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck.
Damn. Wow. Quite a journey for this young man. You know, at the age of 35, still kind of young. So how went from like tech to drug lords? Maybe that happens. Maybe that happens. So he's paralyzed now. It seems like it's a story of just spiraling. It's a spiraling story of, it's kind of a sad one, right? Because with all, in the beginning of the video, all the things were happening from like coding to creating business, like that should have been a good thing. And you should have just stuck with that. And Isn't it crazy how life can just unfold? I know he's storytelling here, but you could probably imagine people have gone through this. You should have just been happy with like making your millions and just living a good life, having a family, and because this is spiraling out of control.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. He was 40 and he cursed the words mine, mine, gimme. 41 he wasn't walking, 42 not walking quickly, 43 never running round the pavements of his city, 44 inside a palace with a mountain of gold. But those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
I'm telling you, bro. That's exactly how I felt and what I felt with the video. This whole build-up is we can blame society, we can blame the governments, we can blame corporations, but it's us. Take a look at ourselves through all of it. They just capitalizing on our freaking problems. They just capitalizing on our desires, our greed as individuals, individual little cells on this planet. We just want. I had a feeling it was going to build up to something like this. Damn, he's so damn good. He is fucking good. Sorry, my language.
With a mountain of gold, but those riches turn to rubble when perspective evolves. Weighing heavy on his conscience is the value of gold. Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more than you need. And his example is exaggerated versions of me. And it's a version of him, and it's a version of she, and it's a version of you. There's no escaping the blame. The way we live is parasitic. Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
Wow.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed.
Just that. What he just said. Wow. Just take a real hard think about what he just said there.
Fuck the money and fame. Call the music.
Just really think about this.
This isn't entertainment. This is real life. The way we live is lunacy. Community, it declines. Hyperpolarized, always fighting, then we divide. Truth is less important than the money that we designed.
It's all something that we've created. The wars, the pain, the suffering. It's everything that we as humans have created. Everything.
Money's an invention. Politics from our invention. They all come from people's ideas. Did I mention? Border's an invention. Law and order fuel the tension. It leads to people killing each other. My solution?
everything is subject to change. We could build utopias if individuals were taught to use their brains. But if we teach kids in schools to always be sheep and put themselves before the herd if there's more money for me, then there's no future I see where the humans survive. We're parasites inside a petri dish with cannibal minds. Mold will grow upon the surface then consumes till it dies. And our fate could be the same without this story to the wise.
Notice how towards the end of the scene, it's very similar to when he was sitting on the floor in the first video when he poured the gasoline over himself. Kind of like this dramatic ending, kind of wet again, this time with a gun, which was almost like the first symbology of the pouring the flames on himself, is that we need to get rid of the true parasite, which is the human greed itself.
45. Jimmy comes home out of the rain, soaking wet upon a wheelchair, drinking again. He is everything he wants, he is fortune and fame. He's a fortunate fool with an unfortunate fate. With a 45 caliber aimed at his brain. 45 a fitting number cause his age is the same. Wow. Here's the words of his father, it's such a damn shame. Then he presses on the trigger of a money game.
Isn't that wild? You know, the whole story that I'm getting and the energy that I'm picking up here is that we can blame governments, we can blame corporations, we can blame society for the evilness and greed that, you know, money has on its people, but we have to look at ourselves. We really have to look at ourselves as individuals, as humans, as why it's become this way. And I don't think it's ever going to change. I don't think we're not going to be able to live in utopia where everything is fair and equal and peaceful. Because I think the biggest problem is us. We've got to look at ourselves as humans and recognize that a large part of the problems is just our everyday wants and needs. We just want. Damn. It's hard to watch it because we know it. We don't want to lie. You don't want to lie to yourself about it, but that's the actual fact. And at the end, you know, we are the issue. Take a look at ourselves. They just taking advantage of us, but we are the ones that want it. Deep videos, dude. Deep videos. Anyway, thank you for making me watch that. That was intense. Kind of makes you feel like you need to make a change somehow. But as I sit here hoping that I get more likes and subscribers, it's a want, it's a need, it's a greed, right? Hey, let's see how far this can go, how much I can get from it. Maybe it will change my life. We got to hustle for more money, because we need to pay bills and taxes and we need to eat. Wild. Anyway, I'll catch you on the next one.